Hello, everybody. I'm Satori Shakur. Welcome to Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove, where Detroit's talented artists take the stage and share insights into their performances. This episode is curated by Detroit great and a musician herself, Michelle May. Get ready to enjoy an eclectic mix of music on Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Fred A. and Barbara M. Erb Family Foundation, Gregory Haynes and Richard Sonenklar, the Kresge Foundation, the A. Paul and Carol C. Scott Foundation, the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove. It's my absolute pleasure to be sitting here with Michelle May, who curated today's episode. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, you are a force in the city.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I try.
So let's start by asking, how did you get started in music?
Oh, that's a wonderful story. So my mother is a concert pianist. My father was a percussionist, among other things. And I just listened to music all my life in the house. And I started off on piano. My mother taught me, piano music when I was really young. But then one day, someone came to our school, elementary school, with instruments, with string instruments. And I was so intrigued by the violin. And so I started playing violin when I was about 9 or 10 years old. And then after that, I picked up the flute. And there's a very quick story about that. I was very much in love with the Jackson 5. And I live in a historic neighborhood near where Berry Gordy lives. And I thought if I learned to play the flute, I could go down the street and join Motown and go marry Michael Jackson. What about that? But at any rate, so that's basically how I got started, just loving music, listening to music, and never put it down.
And I see that you have inspired and encouraged younger musicians to take part in music as well.
Absolutely. I am so much about legacy. My sister and brother and I were always taught to remember those around us and those that come after us. And I think that is so important. I work very often intergenerationally with younger musicians, not only just teaching, but exposing them. If they are performing themselves, bringing them on. One of the things that I do in my role as a musician is that I do present musicians, and I often make sure that I include younger musicians in that.
And you produce, was it your brainchild, the Boston Edison?
The Boston Edison neighborhood in Detroit is a wonderful historic neighborhood that we do a lot of community events. And so there was another historic neighborhood, the Palmer Woods neighborhood, that was also doing concerts. And so my neighbors said, can we do that in our neighborhood? And I thought about it, I said, this would really be awesome. House concerts are wonderful. And so for the past 14 years, I founded and I've been bringing musicians into the homes of Boston Edison. And then 2 years ago, I was also approached by another neighborhood, the Indian Village neighborhood. And so for the past 2 years, actually now we're in our third year, I've been presenting musicians there also. And I'm really, it's just a wonderful setting, and it's just wonderful to do.
Is there a mission?
Absolutely. So our mission, my mission for both of them really is to provide an experience where musicians can come in and, they don't have to deal with 2-drink minimums and all this loud noise and everything, where the audiences are coming because they really want to hear the music. And so it's an amazing experience, not only for the audience, but for the musicians too, because it's intimate, it's immediate. At the intermission, they get to come right up and talk to everyone. We serve dinner at the intermission, so it really is a communal kind of atmosphere, and it's just great.
And who have you curated and gifted us with today?
I was very intentional about who I picked, and part of it was because my own musical playlist is very eclectic. I listen to literally some of everything, and I really wanted this to represent who I am as a musician and also my own interests in music. Maraj Virtuoso. Wow, so this is the intergenerationality I was talking about. So Maraj is someone that I recently became aware of last year, as a matter of fact. And she's a violinist like me, so I really loved that. But her show is just, her performances are really, they're very well thought out. Her messages are really, really awesome in terms of self-acceptance and love. And I really, really love that. And she's really out here making her mark. And so I was really glad that she was able to do this for us.
If you could just pick where you're going, where would you say that was?
I'm going to continue to inspire as much as I can. Those are the things I'm going to do. Now, the specific places where I'm going to be, I'm going to let the miracles happen. I'm going to, wait and see where all that's going to be. But in the meantime, I just want to continue the energy of what I'm doing, because so much can be created from that. So many wonderful surprises, so many wonderful things. And even when things get tough, it really helps me to continue to propel even through the challenges. And I want people to understand that and to learn that and to practice that and to have that freedom.
Thank you so much for curating this episode. So now we're going to head to the stage and see our first phenomenal performance.
I am Maraj Virtuoso. This is the Better Things Collective. And this song is called Don't It. It's about feeling your emotions, allowing yourself to process them as they come, allow yourself to let them go, and allowing yourself to move forward and just be. Don't it make you feel bad to see all the mess we made? Don't it make you feel bad to stare at the memories we saved? Don't it make you feel glad erasing the picture you gave? And it makes me feel bad just to live with the choices we made. Pride doesn't really become ya. No friendship left because ya disappeared on me. No magic tricks in this back here. No feeling left to see, dear. So you said to me, poof goes another song. Poof, now you're so far gone. Now I'm late for promises you never meant to keep. Poof goes another song. Poof, now you're so far gone. Now I'm left for promises you never meant to keep.
Does it make you feel bad?
And it makes me be. Said it makes me be. Even when I don't wanna be. Yes, I gotta be anyway.
Does it make you feel bad?
And it makes me be. All the things I ain't wanna feel. So mad, so sad, but it's okay. I found joy in my bed. All the things that you gave. Chapter 2. Just ask me about my accident. Text to see how I am. Maybe we can be just friends. No, no, in another lifetime. Apologies were our lifeline. Transparency for all to see. Poof goes another song. Poof, now you're so far gone. Now I'm left with promises you never meant to keep. Poof goes another song. Poof, now you're so far gone. Now I'm left with promises you never meant to keep. Said it makes me be. And it Said it makes me feel.
Still it makes me feel
And I
bad.
don't wanna feel all these emotions sometimes. Yes, it's healthy though. Yes, I'll be healthy inside. So, when you're processing these emotions, it is so important. It's so important that as you're caring about your mental health, even when it doesn't always feel like it, that you say this mantra to yourself. So I think I'm gonna try it out. Y'all wanna try it? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about y'all? Y'all can do it with me?
Oh, yeah, we in there.
Okay. All right, we're gonna try this. Hey. 1, 2, 3, and I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright.
Yeah. I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay. I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay. I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright. I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright. I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay. I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright.
Yes.
I'ma be okay.
I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay. Okay. Hey, 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 hey. I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay. You gon' be alright, you gon' be okay. Yeah. Even if you don't feel it today, say you feel anyway. 'Cause it's a blessing, it's a sign. You gon' be alright, you gon' be okay. And I'ma be alright, I'ma be okay. Said you gon' be alright, you gon' be okay. Don't it make you feel any number of emotions you have? So this song is called I Do. We went through a journey of feeling our emotions, and I Do is a song where you reclaim stuff. You decide to say I do to yourself, and the things that bring you joy, the people that bring you joy to life. You're saying I do to all of it. Kiss me a little, kiss me quick. Hope I'm just like when I was a kid. Afraid not. Tie me like a loose string, like a violin. Ties me love new thing. Psycho, cause it's the only bet that she might know. But the part of my growth is it's time to let go. So to life I'll say I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. So the life I say I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. So the life I say I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Thumbelina, cause I'm short. She's a tiny little thing with her heart on a string. Tried to do the right thing, but she don't know. But living a life on the low, low. So a box tried to trap her with a capture shit like fantasy ride, but he told her a lie. I used to be a cashew, but all on the track when I came through. And I guess just that she had to break through, cause she knew what life was like that. So I say I do. Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Said I do, 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 I do.
All right, break it down, man. Break it down for me. So, hey, Raji.
Huh?
I feel like we should call one of the homies up.
I'm done with that.
Ooh.
Hey, McCray Deezer, I heard you got a part of this story that you want to tell.
No. Yeah. Oh, you mad? Upset, hold up, getting held up, got a P2, it's a little yellow like a Pichu. In a Pichu, just assistant guy, try not to repeat you. What you say? The mockery, drink a glass of water instead of trying to copy me. Got my own path, what's the terror car? Scary when the whole crew lean back, terror squad. But they be hella bored, and I be hella busy. Not productive, heaven sent me. Repercussion, evidently, trace combustion. For the next 7 centuries, we to the crib, black picket fencing. Heating it up for my lineage. Allow me to dream a bit, then make a scene of it. Red carpet, head sparking, blessed to be screening it. Whether you in overflow or you streaming it. No.
I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
Yeah.
Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Said I do, I do, I do, I do.
I do.
So we can't tell these stories without y'all. And since we're telling the story, we're gonna include y'all in it one more time. So we're gonna try this I do thing, and you are going to recommit yourself back to joy and life. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
So I said, say I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, 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 do.
I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, 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 do.
Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
Said I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do, I do.
Yeah. I do, 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 do. I said I do, 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 do. Said I do, 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we have Terrell Williams and Will Wang on the horns. Dun, 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 dun. We got Alex Animal Duncan on guitar. Nick Calcaterra back there on percussion. Then we got Reggie the Banga on the drums. We got Woods over there on the keys, the bass keys. Kevin Christian on the keys. We got Lena Be Free on the violin. I'm McCray Deezer. I'm Maraj Virtuoso. We're the Better Things Collective. And we just came here to give y'all some love, because we do.
Okay.
I said we do. Said we do. Said I do.
And we are back from the stage from that phenomenal performance by Maraj, Virtuoso, and the Better Things Collective. How are you, Maraj?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. I love your name.
Thank you.
What did you play for us today?
So they were two original songs. One was called Don't It, and it was produced actually by the keys player, Kevin Christian. And then the other song was called I Do, and that was produced by Barry the Real Keys Chamblees.
So you use storytelling.
Yes.
And you talk about you. I love that you make yourself the subject. Can you tell us how you began to use storytelling and using yourself as the subject?
I am a huge mental health advocate. I even have a mental health and music festival that I do every year. We took a pause for about a year or two now. But I feel like whenever I start to tell my story, and so that other people, whoever you are in this world, know you're not alone dealing with these specific issues. My issues, like that I'm speaking about openly, are moments where I've had to be superhuman and honestly think about the emotions that am I being reactive? Am I working through this in a healthy way? How am I doing that? And I've had to literally tell bits and pieces of my story where maybe I wasn't so healthy, or I had to figure out how to figure a better healthy coping mechanisms moving forward, which included music. But it's so that people who have anxiety or depression or ADHD or bipolar disorder or whatever it is, or they're just going through something, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. I promise you. You might not feel it. Like I say to my song, you might not feel it today, but you will be okay eventually. Yeah.
Oh, I love that you have a higher purpose for your art, and that it extends to other people. And you had this, like, the Philharmonic around you today. Who are the Better Things Collective?
So the Better Things Collective, we wanted to show that you can be a collective of people from all different backgrounds and want to pursue a very similar goal and dream, but each person in their own right is a producer, is a musician, and each have their own stories to tell. Like McCray Deezer, who came on the stage with me today, he has so much music that is also very much so in the same direction of positivity and purpose. Kevin Christian, the same with him. He has like pop tunes and whatnot. So our collective is it consists of not just instruments, but people who are rappers, singers, dancers. And it's almost like we wanted to create this group that came straight out of Detroit that you might never see again. Like there have been the Roots, like Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. There have been so many different groups that have come out of different areas. And it's been far and few in between that groups like that eclectic have come out of Detroit. So we wanted to create that group.
So you had a beautiful set design, flowers. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. My best friend, who is also our other violinist, she's incredible. She is a violinist, also a producer in her own right, an educator within like the Detroit public schools right now. Lena Be Free is her stage name, but Lena Martin is her actual name. And she designed all the florals. She designed them with colors that she knows like speak to my heart whenever I either need to calm down a little bit or find some peace. So she did an incredible job with the florals.
Now, if you think of yourself 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
I hope that we are still doing some tours with the music, yes, that we've already created, but more stories to tell, so that more people can have that feeling of, yeah, I'm not here by myself, and just keep doing that, keep creating. In 10 years, I don't ever want to stop creating.
Yes.
So no matter where I'm at in this world, in 10 years, if I'm creating, if I am filled with joy, and I still feel like God's love surrounds me, and I get to tell other people that they will be okay, I'll be happy.
Thank you so much, Maraj.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching Detroit Performs Live from Marygrove. See you next time.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Fred A. and Barbara M. Erb Family Foundation, Gregory Haynes and Richard Sonenklar, the Kresge Foundation, the A. Paul and Carol C. Scott Foundation, the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.